We've gone from having a beautiful warm day to a really freezing day. So I need to get everybody fed. And it looks like it's going to piss down rain. And it most likely will. It's already rained at some point during the night. But it looks like it's going to rain a bit more. You can see where it's dry under there and it's wet there. It's rained a small amount. So let's go and see. Say good morning to Henry and Fire. See how they are. And the goats, Billy Joel and David Bowie. And we'll have a look at, has it rained on this side? This is the weirdest, my place is so weird. It rains on one side and the other side's dry. I'm always right in the middle of a cloud separation. So my mate brought me this over the other day. I wanted to put it in the chicken pen, but I can't get it in there. I'd have to hoist it over. I possibly could, but I think I'll collapse everything if I try to. So I don't think I'll do it. But I'm going to turn it into a goat pen and get the goats out there happening. Guys! Fire, Henry! Henry! Fire! Come on! They're completely ignoring me. Fire! Fire! Hey, baby girl. Good morning. You coming up for Becky? She's like, there's Brecky here. Starting to get the grass coming through, see? So, Henry! Come on, love. Come on. Henry's going to come over. Come on. Look how cold it is. He's blowing out steam. It's freezing. Hey, Troy. Hey, Greg. Canolo San. Hey, I haven't got my glasses on. Sorry, everybody. I'm trying to read from far away. Henry. Good morning. So we're going to have rain. And it's going to be really, 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 really miserable cold for probably the rest of the day. I'm going to go grab some food for these guys. I'm doing shot put early in the morning. Darn, I'll tell you what, it is so cold. You have no idea how cold it is right now. It's freezing. Yeah, he's lovely. Henry's old. He's an old boy. He's 31. And he's retired. He's been retired for about 6 years now. He was retired at 25. He's a bit blind and, well, he's almost completely blind. And he's deaf for the most part in one side and half deaf in the other side. So he's, you know, on his probably last couple of years now, but he's had a great life, so I'm happy for him. What's the temperature? Oh, estimated, I'd say about 3 degrees right now. 3 to 4 degrees. I could be wrong, but that's what it feels like. And there's no wind or anything, so I'd say it's probably about 4 degrees, 3 to 4 degrees. Because it's rained, there's no frost, which is good. If there was frost, it would be a lot colder. But we've suddenly got a cold snap again. So hopefully it doesn't stay like that. I'll be back. I've just got to grab some more food. boys, I'm coming. Hang on. Oh, I'm coming out. All right, babes. Give me a second. Let me go to chicken food. Bit nice, freaky. Nice and calm. Good morning, Bubs. Good morning, Bubs. Okay. Morning, everybody. How are we doing? Hello, ladies. Hello, ladies. Everybody. Hello. Good morning. Rosemary. Come on, I absolutely cannot run. Come on. Good girl. Listen, what? Scratching your seat? I know. You know what? You know how it's hard, isn't it? Not here anymore. Hello, everybody. Oops. All doing well. Good job. Okay, it's cold. No wonder you were staying around. I would stay in my house too if I were you. I definitely would. Rightio. David Bowie's going a bit crazy. Here's the boys. Yeah, Henry's his name. The hay looks delicious. It does. How you doing? Hey, Metal. How you going with your subscriptions? Pop up some shorts and I'll share them for you. And hopefully we can get you up so you can get back your channel. Hang on a second. Just got to oh, my hands are cold. Sun's starting to come through. That's good. That's one good thing. I'll just show you. This is where we've got Simba. So I've got that on top so nothing can dig. Something's tried to dig here. Oh no, that's a footprint, thank God. He's down in here. And over here, under here, is Sylvia, who is Mama Cat Olivia and El Chapo's daughter, and Fizgig's sister, who passed away a couple of years ago when she was only 2. She got the cat flu, and they double vaccinated her by accident when she was younger, and it threw her whole system out, and she ended up not being able to cope with the flu coming on, hitting her, and they all got sick, but she died, so it wasn't good. But that's where Simba is. And I've got Sayuri, who passed away not too many months back. She was 17. She stays here. This is where Sayuri is. She's under this tree here, near the paddock. She used to follow me every day with the horses and she was like having a dog. She was a great cat. So yeah, I've got him in a good spot, and we're going to pop some flowers in over the top when it's a bit more settled. So I'm going to get these guys their breakfast. Give me a second. Hopefully they won't fight one another this morning. I'm not going to take Ellie out this morning. I'm going to leave her in. And I'll be back. So ordinarily, I'm going to see if I can show you what happens when I'm actually putting the seeds out. Back up. Back up, buddy. Back. Back, back. Good boy, back. Good man, back. I'm not coming out until you move back, mate. No, because you'll bite. Back up. And so he's going to have a nip at everything. Whoa. He's got me. I'm going to pop this down here and let you see when I'm popping them over here. So you can see how they behave when you come along. Come on, bud. And of course I'll get covered in the hay, so I've got to be constantly getting it off myself. That was pretty scary. So I have to put different piles everywhere because she likes to throw and spin around and do all sorts of weird things with her food. And these guys like to, she's going to follow me around. Miss Ellie, I have no more for you, go home. And these guys like to hang over in this spot here. I spent a small fortune buying these tubs, seed tubs, a while ago. I mean, I got them about a third of the price that they would be. What are their names? Okay, so we've got the little red fella here, the little chestnut. His name is Tokola, T-O-K-O-L-A. It is a Sioux Indian Native American name, which means red fox. The buckskin mare, the bigger one, she is Zara, S-Z-A-R-A, and she is a Welsh Mountain Cross Arabian pony who's 13.2 hands. Tokola is 10 hands. And at the back is Miss Ellie, who is a gypsy cob crossed with an Appaloosa, and she is just over 15 hands high, just a smidge over. She was only supposed to be 14, but she went to 15. She took after her dad. Yeah. Hi, Linda. How you doing? I saw your pony ride. That was really cool. You do well. For a youngster, you do really well. And look, you're right. We can't always get on there and it's perfect, can we? That's why horses are fun, because it's not a perfect thing. It's you got to work really hard and practice to get the balance. So you did really good. You got a beautiful horse. He's lovely buckskin. I think it's a he. He's a gelding. He's a gelding. Yeah, it's good to have a horse that challenges you, because that's how you grow. Definitely. This sky looks really quite dark, and if you look over that side, it's even a little bit darker. Kind of settles down on this side, but over the back here, it's pretty foreboding. So we're probably going to have a massive storm. I don't think we were supposed to have one today, but looks like we're gonna. So here comes the sun, thankfully. Just remind me of the Beatles song. Here comes the sun. Natalie, if that's your real name, then that's pretty inventive. Very inventive name. Or is that your horse's name? I don't know. I think sometimes there's some trolls on here that pretend to be kids. I don't know why they do that. It's a bit disturbing sometimes when that happens. I kind of wonder what sort of an adult wants to do that. It can be quite unnerving. You see, I have something called a gut instinct, and I pick up on things very quickly. And, my gut instinct tells me things, and so far it's never been wrong. It's always been right, especially about certain types of people. So, and I've got a kind of feeling right now that one of those types of people is with us this morning, and I'd like them to leave because I don't want those kinds of people anywhere near me. And if they don't leave, I'll just make them leave, so that'll be okay. And they won't have an option. Don't like people who impersonate children. Very disturbing. There's something wrong with you. If you're impersonating a child, there's something wrong with you mentally. You need to go seek some help. You possibly can't be helped. Most likely you can't be helped if you're somebody doing that. But there's nothing normal about it. There's nothing funny about it either. There's something wrong with you if that's what you're doing. I'll leave it at that. You know exactly who you are and who I'm talking to, so you best be on your way. You should know by now not to tangle with someone like me, because people like you come undone very quickly. You wind up in prison, and there's all sorts of people in prison. There's a little thing called a rock spider, and rock spiders end up in prison and they don't end up coming out. Let's say that. I want to go over the top of actual young people. So I'm sure you understand what I'm saying to you. You won't come out when you go in. That's for sure. So best tootle off and try your crap somewhere else, because it's not going to work. Now back to the horses. Got a couple of cockatoos going up there, flying along. Can't really see them. They're not showing up on the camera. They're right in front of me. They're not showing up. Oh, there they are. There they are. Off they go. Life sucks right now. I bet it does, and I'm sorry that you're having to go through that. And it's hard. But you know what? Let me tell you this. Learn from the hard things. Learn from them. Learn different ways how to cope with things, and learn a new way to deal with things. When you go through a hard time, that's what I always say to myself. When it's a hard time, we've got to learn how to learn from the experience. What can we put in place so that we don't either end up back there again, or we don't end up having no lesson from the things that happen. There's a lesson to be learned with everything that happens in life. So I think, as difficult as things are right now, and as unfair as as it feels, as the world feels right now. Just try to take what's happening and think of a way to turn a positive, to get something out of it that's going to be positive and it's going to move you forward in a good direction. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. It's a difficult thing. And I know it's even more difficult because you've lost your channel and stuff, and you're trying to regroup all that and rebuild. So I know it's difficult. It's hard because for some people this is the only outlet they have. There isn't anything else. There is no one else, and it can be so hard. To sort of navigate when things go wrong. Keep doing your music. Throw yourself into your music. Throw yourself into your drums. Get on your drums and play them. Get everything out onto the drums. Go back to what you started with. Go back to what you love. Get on the drums. Go play them and play them and play them. Wear yourself out playing them, because I'm gathering you're probably not feeling like you can sleep or anything right now. I wouldn't be able to sleep if it was me. So just do what you can to keep yourself busy as much as you possibly can, and don't let things bring you right down. You know, it's a hard thing, and everybody experiences it in their life. Young, old, it doesn't matter. We all have times where things that seem so darn overwhelming that we really don't think anything can ever get any better. And I know I go through it a lot. I feel like that a lot at times. But what I've learned over the last 50 years is this. Don't try to be anything but what you really are. And I know you don't. I know you just try to be. But don't feel the pressure from anybody to be anything other than who you are. And those who appreciate who you are will gravitate to you. And that will give you people that are suitable for you, that are going to stick around and aren't going to be, fickle people that just leave, and whenever there's a hard time, off they go, and they couldn't care less. You want good quality people, and you want that with your YouTube channel as well. You want good quality people. You know, the old saying, if you lie down with dogs, you get fleas. Well, it's very true. Who you surround yourself with will have a big outcome on how your life pans out. If you surround yourself with good people and positive people, you will have a better time of things. Or sometimes, like me, just surround yourself with animals, with your family and your animals. That's a thing you can do too. If the world's a bit much, surround yourself in nature. Get out and be around, the birds and the bees, and take your shoes off and go barefoot in the grass and reconnect with the earth. You know what I do? And I've done this a few times. I bury myself in mud. I'll literally dig out some mud and dirt and just lie in it and then cover myself in the mud and just stay like that for a few hours. And just try to rest inside the mud. And I'll tell you now, it makes all the difference when you're feeling really, really, really down. It's like the earth takes away all the bad things and just gives you this feeling of peace and calmness. And we forget to do that because of the modern society now. We're surrounded by everything that's not really natural now, so trying to send you back to prison. Why? What? How? Why? What for? What for? Can you talk about that, or it might not be a good idea to talk about it on this, but did you go and see if there was anyone who could help you, as far as, I know you don't have money and stuff, but did you go and see about anybody can help you as far as lawyer-wise, or even just legal advice? How is your wife coping with all this? This must be very difficult. For both of you. It's hard because I don't know everything, and I don't want you to say everything on this kind of a thing, because it's not appropriate for you to do that, because then people will use it against you. But what you really need is some legal representation, and also you need someone to talk to that's not legal, I know people hate social workers and things like that, but sometimes you'll get a good one and it's worth it. I know when I was younger, I used to dread having to talk with anybody that wasn't someone that had been through what I'd been through. I'd just be like, you have no clue. You don't know what you're talking about. But sometimes you don't need someone to have been through it to help you. They can just help you sort through your own feelings and sift through your own stuff, so that you can actually help yourself as much as possible. When I was working years ago, I had a lot of troubled young people, and from all sorts of really terrible backgrounds, that just were completely, they felt absolutely hopeless. They didn't see any futures, anything like that. And my advice was always to look inside yourself at what it is you want, what it is you really want for your life. Do you want peace? Do you want calmness? Do you want chaos? Some people want chaos. Sometimes with people, chaos feeds them and gets them going. Look at what you want. Ask yourself, what's a goal that I have? What's a small goal that I have that I can do today? Every day, pick a small goal that you can do today. Something little, whether it be a load of washing or make it to the shops or whatever it is. Something small that you can, at the end of the day, then say to yourself, I've accomplished this. I'm still valid here. I've accomplished this and I'm still valid. It's just like working with these horses every time. You know, sometimes it feels like they're never going to get anywhere either, but I know, I've seen you with your children. I know you do. And I know what the threat of that is like. My goodness me, it's terrible of that happening. Um, it. I know what it's like to be the child, and I know what it's like to be the parent. I've been on both ends of the stick. And there really is truly nothing worse. What you've got to remember is your kids need you to hold yourself together so that you can get things happening to where you can get them back home. Even if it feels impossible right now. If they send you to go somewhere and do something, do it. Do whatever they tell you to do. Just do it. But do it with a good attitude. If you have a bad attitude about it, they're going to look at that and they're going to say you're not learning a darn thing, and they're going to, they just will, they won't try and help you. You've got to, and you know, I'm very straightforward, but you've got to, what you've got to do is, I know that there's a lot of anger. I know you've been through an awful lot through your life. I know things that have happened to you that have been totally unfair, that were beyond your control. There's been a lot of stuff that you've had to live through that nobody should have to live through. And I think you're justified in feeling angry about those things. But what you've got to do is put that aside right now, lose that for a little while, and focus on getting yourself into a frame of mind where that anger is not there, so that when you go to deal with these people who are in charge of things, you can deal with them without showing any anger. Because if you show that anger, it's going to be the worst thing you can possibly do. Yeah. Yeah, I understand. I think, don't worry about other people caring about you. You need to care enough about yourself to pull yourself into a position where you're dealing with this. This will make you a far better person later on. You'll look back at this and say, you know what, as horrible as that was going through that, it's helped me. It's made me be able to show I can actually be strong enough to navigate this. There would be free legal things somewhere in your state. You are a Native American. They will have something for you. There would have to be some organisation that would be able to help. You need to focus on that. Speak to your people. Speak to your people. See if there's perhaps an Indigenous person who can help you. I mean, speak to your tribe. See if there's somebody. You don't have to even know them. They should band by you. I know it's frustrating and it's overwhelming. But if you don't do something for yourself, you will end up in a worse place. You've really got to act as much as you possibly can. And listen, stop smoking the grass. Stop it. That is not going to help you. I know it's legal and everything else, but don't do it. That stuff is not going to be your friend. It's going to be your enemy right about now. They're going to look at that and say that that's a problem for your children. You need to get off that if you haven't already, and just focus on your own, getting yourself into a healthy state of mind where your anger is gone. You can't feel so angry. It's hard to do, I know. I've been there and I've done it. But you've got to focus it into something positive. So focus your anger into your drums and your music. Use that to get that energy out. And start trying to advocate for yourself. If not, find an advocate. And an advocate's role is to, if you are struggling to do things, they are there to help you find all these places and do all these things for you. I would be asking for an advocate through the state. That's what I'd be doing. Yeah, don't touch it. Leave it alone. Just leave it alone. It's not good for you. I know some people think it makes people mellow out, but ultimately it really doesn't. It doesn't make people mellow out. What it does is it exacerbates any feelings of anger. And if you've already got issues because of things that have happened to you, you've got trauma, doing that isn't going to help your trauma. It's going to exacerbate it. It's going to make it worse. So good on you for not touching it. You don't need it. The nice personality that you have is when you're not doing that. So you don't need it. But see if there's an advocacy service. What state are you in again? And see if I can find out something that I can some information that I can maybe point you in the right direction. It can be hard to navigate, but see, this is what I did for a living. I know how to advocate. And I don't have to be in America to advocate for somebody in America. I can point you in the right direction here. You know what? You're annoying. Okay. Okay. You know what? Listen, Metal, I think that might be the best thing for you to do right now, is to actually go and do that. Have a break. You need a break in a safe environment, and you need some people to care for you. I don't think you've got, you don't have a support system, and it's not good. Going through this is extremely stressful, and you will end up having a breakdown if you don't get some kind of relief. I think it would be good for you to go and speak to somebody about your mental health, because you cannot not be affected by this. It's impossible. If you weren't affected by this, I would say, well, you deserve to get your kids back. But you are affected by it, and I've seen you with your children, and I think you do need some kind of relief here. They may be able to help you with advocacy as well. They would have somebody in there who would be able to say, okay, what do you need? And what do you need externally when you leave? What do you need externally? You might only go there for a day or two. I've done it myself. You need an advocate. You need some mental health help and an advocate. That's what you need. And I think those two are the priority right now. The kids will be fine. Don't worry too much about them. They will be okay. They know you love them. I've seen you with your children. I'm telling you. I know what a bad parent is. You do some silly stuff, but you're not a bad dad whatsoever. You're just hurt. You're very hurt. You've been through a lot. But this is the This is the cruncher for you, I think, eye-opening cruncher for you, is you're seeing that something's got to change there. And this is probably what will help you make the decision to sort of steer yourself onto a better pathway. And then you can go ahead with your music and you'll probably get a lot further with it. But right now, that's not even the problem at all. We're worrying about you and your health, because you've got to be healthy for those kids to be able to cope. And that's priority number one. I want you to do something for me. I want you to write down, I want you to get a piece of paper, and I want you to, on one side, write down what you think is you most need right now, your actual priorities of what you need, not what the kids need, what you need. Then I want you to write down what you expect on the other side of the page. What do you expect from what you need? So what I'm meaning is, like, say you say, I need to not feel emotion right now. Then I want you to write down what you think will help you attain that. Whether it be maybe going and seeing a doctor, maybe some medication to help you just be able to cope with it all. And then I want you to think about the other things that you might need. You might need to find another lawyer. You definitely need to find an advocate. You definitely need to find legal representation. Those are two things that you absolutely need. But what do you expect from them on the other side? And then look at your expectations and see if they're balancing with what you need. Sometimes we get overwhelmed because we don't realise that what we need isn't all that much. We think we need way, way more than what we do need. And it's not as bad as what we think it is when we put it on paper and we have a look. Okay, this is what I need, this is what I expect. Am I expecting too much? Do I really need to expect that? Or can I accept and expect something less for now to get me through today? This is what you've got to do. Make those every day. Get up and write those things down. And then make a goal and work from the most important thing that you need to do for yourself down. If you can only do one thing a day, do one thing a day. If you can do 5 things a day, do 5 things a day. Do what you can do. Don't feel, if you can't do something, don't feel that you're bad because you can't do it. Give yourself some grace and don't be too hard on yourself, because you are hard on yourself. What I would like to see, and I haven't known you for very long, but what I would like to see is you healthy, mentally and physically, and back with your children and your partner. And I would like to see that, and I'd like to see you not needing to have any substances to help with that. I'd like to see that where you can do that in a good way, in a healthy way that's going to benefit you and your kids. And then maybe change a few things around, Maybe get off YouTube and only go on, limit yourself once a week or something. Get back into the real world. And it's easy to get sucked in on this thing and to not be in touch with reality sometimes. It happens to anybody who is constantly on here. I'm bad for it because I'm on here every single day, because I replace it with socialisation, and I've got to start socialising a bit more. And the world is getting harder and harder to sort of navigate with that. But I would like to see you in a way where you're not in this distress. I don't like that you're in this distress at all. And if you were somebody that I was working with, I would probably say to you that the best thing you can do is go and see a doctor. Tell them everything that's happening. Tell them exactly how you feel. and get them to refer you to the right person for your mental health. You don't want to be referred to the wrong person for your mental health, because that can go really bad. You need the right person who knows how to deal with this kind of situation, because there are different types of mental health practitioners. Yeah, pick up your guitar and do that as well. And I enjoy talking to you too. I just want you to be, I'm not saying don't go on YouTube at all. I'm just saying don't make it as much of a priority. I know it's hard to, it can be a bit addicting, I know that. But just make it not as much as a priority as, say, doing something else, like maybe just change for a couple of days, like go for a walk. Just get out and go for a walk. Just walk down the road. Even if it's 300 metres down the road and then turn around and come back. Just do something you don't normally do. Go for a walk. Borrow a push bike if you haven't got one, or a motorbike or something. Go for a ride. Go for a drive. Get out of the house, because where you're sitting in the house is probably not helping. It's reminding you of the children. It's not feeling good. Get out of the house. Go and have a cup of coffee or something. You're probably not a coffee drinker, but try it. Just go and have a cup of coffee at a cafe somewhere that's cheap. Couple of bucks. And just sit and watch other people and just observe people and be around people. You don't have to interact with them. Just be around people and watch them. This can do you the world of good. Trust me. I do this occasionally. I'll get out and I'll go somewhere where I know there's a lot of people, and I will be very much trying to force myself into being around people, because I don't necessarily trust people very much, with good reason. But I do find that when I do that and I just observe people, and I see there's a lot of people out there that aren't struggling so badly, it actually gives me hope that there's things that are better. You know, you see, or someone might even smile and say hello to me, and I nearly cry. Like, literally. I've had it where somebody's just said one kind thing, and it hits me that I've removed myself so far from the world. I think you've done the same thing. I think a lot of people do that. And we've got to sort of immerse ourselves back into it. It can be hard. That's true, Troy. A good walk, or even just, like I said, take your shoes off and put your feet in a creek or something. Go find a creek if there's one nearby, or a stream. Put your feet in a creek. Just watch some bugs fly around. Even that, just concentrate on something that is not modern world. An ant walking on the ground. I often do that. I'll follow an ant, and I'll follow it all the way back to where it can't go, like it'll be carrying something, and I'll spend 2 hours following an ant all the way back to where it goes. Not only does it get rid of my thoughts of doom and gloom, but it makes me appreciate the hard work that ant is doing, and makes me go, right, okay, if this ant can do this, well, then I can do something. Let's go. It inspires. It'll inspire. Sounds stupid. And I know I'm probably just some boring old grand on the other side of the world, but you have beautiful kids. Your daughter is a very gifted girl. Your children are all gifted. You have beautiful children that need dad to be happy and mum to be happy. And look at it from their point of view. You've been a kid and you know what it's like. You know what it's like to see some horrific stuff go down. Think about what you can do so that their memories are going to be good. They're going to remember good things. It can, and it's not too late to change things up and turn things around. It's never too late to change something. I'm still learning at 50. I'm not even 50 yet. I'll be 50 next month. And I'm still learning every single day. I'm having to modify my behaviour. I have to be, considering how I affect anybody around me all the time. It's hard work doing it, but let me tell you, when you make small changes, it feels like it's probably not much, but it does. People notice it. It does really have an effect, and a ripple effect that can change everybody's mood, and everybody can feel a lot better. And I think when you're a happy, smiling young man, like I've seen you when you're playing with your kids, and they're having an absolute ball with you, that's who you want to be 95% of your time. That's what your goal's going to be, to get to that 95% of the time, where it's about you and the kids and your relationship and making their world a lot better than you had to have it. Break that cycle and get your kids a better deal. You can do it. Hi Cheyenne, how you going? That's exactly right, Troy. When you connect with nature, you'll unlock potentials that you didn't think possible. Yeah, that's exactly right. So, the live is just about, we're just having a chat and we're just watching the horses, and hopefully the horses are helping people feel a little bit better about things, because horses are really calming. Look, things will be okay. Eventually, things will be different, and you're going to look back and go, okay, that was really a hard time, but I made it through, and look what I've learnt from that. Just learn from it and embrace the fact that you can learn from it. That's what you got to do. But stay off that grassy stuff and keep yourself logical and reasoning well. That's more important right now. Do what I said, just write a list down, write what your needs are, what your immediate needs are, and what your expectations are. And see whether you think that they're fair to expect this or that, or is it fair to maybe expect a little bit less, or maybe you need to expect more of yourself. Balance it. I hated it when people used to say to me, write things down. I used to think, get lost. You don't know anything. You have no idea. And they'd never been through what I'd been through. But let me tell you, when I finally tried it and I actually saw on paper the things that I was writing, I was very shocked at realising how deep my thoughts were. But it helped me to realise also the things that I needed to change as well, in order to not only feel better, but to make others around me feel better as well. Because it's not just about ourselves either, it's about the other people around us. It's about the animals around us, the people around us, the world around us. If only everybody in the world thought about that there was more than them on the planet would probably do a lot better, but a lot of people don't. The world has become a lot more selfish these days. And I think we get really immersed in ourselves to the point where we forget that there are other people that we affect. And that can be a hard lesson to learn, because sometimes we lose people as a result, or we lose opportunities as a result of not realising that what we do affects others. But you can only know You can only learn something once you've experienced an understanding of it. If you don't have an experience with it, you're not going to understand it and you're not going to learn it. It's like reading a manual for a car, how to fix a car. And then you go and you might know the manual off by heart, but you go and stand in front of a car and you've got to actually action that manual. It's a lot harder. So it really is, it's challenging. What you're going through is challenging. And a lot of people are going through challenging things right now. A lot of people in the chat are going through challenging things. Young and old. We don't have to be old to be going through a challenge. You can be very young and going through a challenge. Be things at school could be difficult. It can be home life. It can be feelings of, maybe people aren't nice to us and we wonder why and we feel terrible. And that happened to me a lot when I was a kid. I used to wonder, why is everybody, running away from me and doesn't want to talk to me? And I couldn't understand why. But, there's all sorts of feelings that we all have as people that can make us feel pretty bad. We've got to turn them over and look at things from a different perspective, even if we don't want to, even if we're stubborn. You're stubborn like me, Metal. You remind me of myself a hell of a lot. The stubbornness that you have, which is a good thing to have if it's used in the right way. Because you are your own person. You won't be told what to do by anybody. But it can be a bad thing if we're directing it in the wrong way. We can undo ourselves with our stubbornness. That's why I say to people, drop the ego. When you've got to figure something out, drop the ego. It's like when I work with the horses. Drop the ego. Forget about ego. Ego's gone. Look at what's needed and the priority of how it's needed, why it's needed, and how you're going to do it. But guys, I'm going to have to go. I've got things I've got to get done. But I hope everybody has a great day. And sorry I can't stay a bit longer today, but I will probably come back on tomorrow or some other time. We're going to have a storm soon by the look of it though. I've got to get some things done around here, and I've neglected a few things, so I need to get off my backside and do some things around here, get some fences looked at and things like that before this storm heads down. And I want to make sure everything is put away and whatnot. Get those things sorted. But you guys have a lovely day. And look, Troy, thank you for coming on and hanging and reinforcing what I'm saying, because it does help when there's somebody who also understands struggle, an older person that understands struggle, because young folks, it's hard for them. It's very hard. It's easy for us when we're older, but the younger people, it's difficult to understand. They haven't had to go through the stuff fully yet, and they don't see the benefits that we see. This is why I always say, listen to older folks. You're going to save yourself a lot of heartache if you do. But then I have to say also, I didn't listen to anybody when I was young. I made my own mind up, and that was it. But oh, look at this girl. She's getting cranky at that one. I'll come back on a bit later, yeah. It's 5:13 p.m. Okay, yeah, I'll come back on a bit later and check in and see how you're doing. But everyone have a lovely day, and look at these horses there having a lovely, finishing their breakfast now, so that's good. And I'll catch you guys later. Thank you so much, everybody, and please take care of each other. Be kind to somebody today, even if you don't feel like it. If you're out and about shopping, or you're going to school, or whatever it is you're doing, if you see somebody that's struggling, give them a smile and say hi. That's all it takes. You can really turn someone's day around just by doing that. If you've got a teacher at school, I used to say this to the kids that used to be on the channel ages ago. if you're going to school, compliment one of your teachers and say thank you, because teachers don't get thanks very often. And if you've got a teacher that has helped you, let them know, so that they, they're just like us. They need some feedback sometimes. They need to know that they're valuable as well, because sometimes for the teaching staff at schools and things these days, it's really difficult, and it can be really hard to navigate all the kids and all